Hello and welcome to the new website. And my name again is Liz Pratt. My website is lizpratt.com. And I just want to show you really quick how you can find your way around the back shop of the website and how you can know the difference between a post and a page and how to do a little bit of the updates and so on yourself. So here we are on the back shop of sarahouma.com. And you see this little black bar across the top. Now, I want you to know when you're not logged in, I'm going to log out so you can see what it looks like. When you're logged out, you will not see that. That is just something you're seeing, because I get this question a lot from people. They think that everybody can see that, and it looks a little funny. You can see that's not what it looks like on the screen when I am logged out. Once you log in, that's what you'll see. So this is where we log in at. Okay. And we always log in at yourwebsite.com/WordPress-admin. So it's sarahouma.com/WP-admin. All WordPress sites, WP-admin is where you will be logging in. And I just say that again because I know I got lost on that when I first started in WordPress. So we go to that and you put in your username and your password. I always create two different admin username and passwords, one at admin and one at your name. And the reason I do that is so in case you get locked up on one or something happens or you get spammed or somebody hacks your site, you always have a backup one. So there's two of them. There's admin and then there's your name. Okay, and then we click login. And this is what the dashboard looks like. Okay, and if you are on your site, just looking at your site and you're logged in, you can simply click on this button that says dashboard. Okay, so let's go back and look at your site again. These are what's called pages, okay? And these that drop down, these are subpages of the pages. So anytime you want to create any of these pages or subpages, you'll be creating pages. Now, when we click on blog, all of these are called post. Okay, on here we're calling them recent articles rather than posts, just because that makes more sense to people who are looking at it. But in the dashboard, what you will be creating is actually called a post. They are created exactly the same as the pages. It's just going to depend on where they're located. Now, I recommend that at least once a month you create a post for your site. Even better, do it once a week. What I like to do is I like to create a post once a week, and then I send it out. I not only post it on my site, but I take that link and I send it out to everybody who's on my email list. So this allows me to stay in contact with everybody on my email list every single week. Now, the other thing to do with that, also, it allows you to share with people what's happening in your life. You can make it as simple as this is what's happening this week with me. You can have a great training that you do. You can make a video. You can share pictures if you're down at the beach or you're doing anything. You just share pictures of what's happening or what you'd like to share with people. Just think of it as you're writing something to your best friend or your best friend sitting right in the room and what you'd want to share with them. And that is always a great way to think of what to post about. As well as the questions your clients ask you. When you're with your clients, there's certain questions that they ask, and you'll find a trend that they ask the same questions again and again. That's always what makes a great blog post. So let's go into the dashboard again, and I'm going to show you how to work with your pages and your posts. So here's your post on the left-hand side, and here's your pages. And as I showed you, the difference between the post and the pages. So let's just look at all of your pages. And this is what it looks like when we're just looking at all pages. Now, every page and every post has a comments on the bottom, but you can choose to disable the comments by clicking either allow comments or unclicking, and it doesn't allow the comments. And then you just click update. Okay, and on most of your pages, I've taken the comments off. And then on your post, I've left the comments because it's always great to interact with people through comments. People ask questions and so on. So I always leave them open on the post. It's up to you, prefer or not prefer to have them open on the pages. Okay, so let's look at one of your pages. And as you can see, the little dash here shows these are sub-pages of that page. Let's go to one of your sub-pages so I can show you how this would look. So here we are on your page. You can see this is the name of the page, the word that's showing at the top, Avalon Retreats. This is the link if somebody wants to go to that. You can edit that link if you don't like it, call it something different, and click OK, and it could be something different. If you want to change the name of the page, that's where you would change it at. We're looking at what the page looks like right here. It probably looks a little different when you look at it, obviously, in the website. But you can see this looks just like a Word document. So if you can work within a Word document, you can work in this. This allows you to change the fonts, to change the colors, to change where they're located, to add numbers on it, to add pictures on it, and so on. So here we are on one of your pages. Let's say you decided you wanted this first sentence to be bold. We simply go over it and click bold. Or we change the color, we make it green, or whatever we decide to do. So it's that simple to make those type of changes, or to add words here, add phone numbers, add words. We just go to where we want it to be, change the size of them right here. So we have a lot of options here. We just type what we want and put it where we want. Now, just like anything in life, the first time we do things, it doesn't always work out great. Sometimes it takes a little practice, and tell yourself that when you're working with this. Technology can be frustrating. So just the first few times you do it, you might make a mistake, and that's okay. Just make the mistake and move on and try again. We didn't ride a bike the first time we got on it, so we're not going to get this WordPress thing down the first time we get on it. And so just keep writing, and I promise it'll work out for you. It isn't that difficult once you get going. I always like to say it is simple, but it's not easy. So once you get going, you'll see that it is very simple. Just make sure whatever changes you make, you always click the update button to make sure it's updated. Now you can see this is the parent page, experiences. You can create sub-pages or leave it with no parent, which means it would be one of the top level pages that you would see along that line on the front. So it's up to you what you want it to be. Right now it's a sub-page of experiences. And it's that simple. If you wanted to change that, you just change it and update it. Okay? You can change the order your pages go in right here. If I want this to be page number 3 or page number 5 or whatever, you can change those page numbers, the page order right there, as they would be shown in that line across the top. So there we are on pages. Now posts are done exactly the same way. So let's go to your post and go to all post. Here I was just giving an example. This one has not been, this is still what we call status draft. Okay, that means nobody can see it yet. I was going to give you a sample earlier. So let's trash this one and I'll do it again for you. Okay, so here we are. This is how you're going to be making a blog post or creating new articles. You just go to post, you click add new. Now you come up with a title here of what people are looking for. So for example, I was giving you a sample. I was putting Santa Barbara, and I'm spelling wrong. Retreats, okay? And let's say I'm doing a retreat because I'm trying to capture people who are maybe looking up retreats in that area. So I'm putting this in because these words that are in the top here, as you can see, it creates a link. These are the words that Google loves. So you make sure you put words in that people are looking up, that your clients are asking questions about, and that really helps the search engines find you and other people find you. So I can simply type anything I want. There's my new post name. There's my link, and I can type just welcome, you know, here is more information, whatever I want it to be. And again, I can make these words big or small, or highlight them and bold them, or make them as big as I want, and I can do as many different things, color them, whatever I decide to do. Now this is where people get caught up, so I want to show this to you. Let's say I want to put a picture in right here. I simply click on this little add media button right here, and I choose a picture from anywhere on my computer. So here's my picture library, and I'm just going to pick this picture of a fish right now because we're not going to save this on your thing. And so here's a picture of some fish. Now I decide right now when I'm putting this on, do I want this to show on the left? As you can see, left with words around it, the center with words around it, right with words around it, or no words around it, just floating in the middle. Okay, so I'm going to pick left, and then I pick what size. Do I want it small, medium, or full size, large? I'm just going to say full size for this example. And I'm inserting it into the post. So you can see now the picture shows up. Okay, and because I said the left, you'll see the words will appear on the right of it. And it's that simple. Now let's say I click on it and I do not like how this picture looks. I just double click on the picture. It'll pop back open. I can now move it to a different side. I can change the size. I can make it smaller if I wanted it smaller. I can decide that I want a little space around the picture. Maybe the words are kind of overlapping on it a little bit. I add a little bit of vertical space, a little horizontal space. I can change the width, the height. I can go back to the original size. I can put a border around the picture. I can do what I want with this picture and create a little bit of that with the picture if I decide I want to do that. So it does give you some options with the pictures. This is usually where most people get frustrated with, is how the pictures look and why they're not going on there right. And it's pretty simple to do that. If you really hate it, click on the picture again. Oh, sorry about that. Just click on it one time instead of twice. Once we'll just show the picture on here, and you could decide to just simply click the delete button and delete the picture. Okay. Now, I have not added any categories to your post. You can decide to add some new categories just by clicking add new categories. Maybe I would put, let's say we want to call it the Kundalini Yoga, or Kindaluni Yoga, as you call it, the Kindaluni Yoga as a category. In every post you do about that particular subject, you put in that category. Let's say you're doing recipes. You can do recipes, and then you simply check mark the boxes of the categories you want it to be in. So you can come up with different categories. Maybe it's yoga, recipes, relaxation, laughter, and then you simply check mark the box of the categories, and it will help your post in the search engines get some different categories, but it also allows those people who are searching for your items. Let's say somebody's under laughter and they want to see there's more articles about laughter. They just will see that laughter underneath the post, and they can click on it and read more articles about that particular subject. So it does help to have some of those categories, which I've not added any on because that's up to you what categories you would like. When you are done, you click the word publish and the whole world can see it. Now, let's say you have something going on. Sorry if you hear the baby crying. She's just waking up from her nap. That's Abby. She just turned 3 months old, so she wakes up when she wants. She's not on a very strict schedule, but she's kind of watching me work. So you click on publish, and that will publish it right away. Now, let's say you have a special coming up, or you have something coming up next week, an event, or whatever it is, and you don't want this post to show up until next week. You can just click this button and choose the time and date you want that to come out. If you do not want this post to be public, you can put a password on it and put password protected on it. You can even make it private. As long as it's a draft, nobody can see it. You can still preview it as long as it's a draft and see what it's going to look like on your website. So you see, I can see what it looks like on the website right now. And you can preview it to make sure it's looking the way you want it to look. Okay? And if I don't like it, I just click move to trash, and it will trash the whole thing, as I just did. So that's how we do our pages. That's how we do our posts. That's how we add pictures. And that's how we get into our dashboard. So hopefully that'll allow you to go in, add things, update things. If you're doing events and you have those flyers and so on, just upload those right into a post or into a page. So I hope I've answered all your questions. If you have a few more, let me know. I do have videos for all the different things. Oh, adding quotes. Right up here under post, you can go to this quotes right here. And you'll see here's all the different quotes we currently have in here. Feel free to add some more quotes and add it, and it will keep adding to that quote rotator on the side. And Abby's calling me, so I'm going to go to her, and I hope you enjoy this video, and I'm going to send a separate video on updating on how to put videos in post. Thanks, and have a great day.